Hi, good afternoon. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Christina, and I'm the Family Engagement Coordinator at San Francisco Public Library. I'm really glad that you're here with us today. Every Monday at 4 o'clock for the remainder of this zany year of 2020, our friends from Book Arts Roadshow are going to be here to demonstrate a different book arts project. Today's project is Expandable Art-Scrap-Photo Book. Wow, that's a mouthful. I'm really excited to see exactly what that is like. See the full schedule and the project list and supply list on our program calendar at sfpl.org. We're going to get started right at 4, so go ahead and settle in, get your supplies ready. Our trusty friends will put in the supply list in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm really glad that you're here and maybe you're from San Francisco, maybe the Bay Area, maybe even beyond. So we love knowing where our viewers are tuning in from. So we'll get started right at 4, which it just turned 4. So let's get started. So this is part of the Make and Do series, and we're going to watch a video right now about it. So like I said, this is part of our Make and Do series, which we really want to thank our friends at the San Francisco Public Library for their generous support of this series. We simply can't do the kind of programming that we offer for youth and families without them. So thank you, friends of San Francisco Public Library. So I want to let you know that if you check out our new landing page for our Make Do programs, they'll put it in the chat, but it's sfpl.org/make do. We have our calendar listings for all of our craft programs for school age children and their families, downloadable activity sheets, book lists, and more. So we're really excited that you're here. I want to welcome Book Arts Roadshow, and they were co-founded by Cheryl Ball and C.K. Itamura, and they provide book arts instruction and hands-on learning experiences for children, teens, and grown-ups. I know that we've got folks from San Leandro, from Colorado, and from beyond, so welcome everyone, and take it away, Book Arts.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. It's nice to see you all again. I'm CK Tamura, and this is
Cheryl Ball.
And we're the co-founders of the Book Arts Roadshow. Now, normally, in previous years, we travel all the way around the Greater Bay Area and stop at libraries and schools and art centers and museums and a lot of other places. And we teach people how to make books by hand in person. But this year is a little different. So we were lucky that our friends at the San Francisco Public Library invited us to create this series with them. So we're creating a series of book making workshops, which are on the San Francisco Public Library YouTube channel every Monday from 4 p.m. till 4:45 until the end of the year. And then once the workshops are done, we record them, and then they live on the San Francisco Public Library YouTube channel. So you can watch them again or tell your friends about it so they can watch it. And yeah, let's make some books. First of all, I want to mention that the book we're making today is an expandable art photo scrapbook. And Cheryl Ball, I think she's on this side of me today. She will walk you through the steps, and you'll see my magic hands on the camera doing the steps along with you. So let's make some books. Cheryl.
Okay, so welcome everybody. I'm going to also, let me get Cheryl on here as well. Okay, so both of us are on. First, what you'll need is you'll need a pair of scissors. So I'm gonna just mention what you need. It's good to have a pencil just in case. and a glue stick. And you'll need some paper. So if you didn't join us last week where we made decorative papers, I don't know if you could see it. So this was using crayon resist and then a calligraphic technique as well, where we cut out shapes and we use these as stencils, and we used our broken crayons and just went over them. And that's how we created all the decorative paper. So if you don't have decorative paper and you didn't see us last week, go back to the SFPL's YouTube channel and check it out. We made these little books last week. So all you needed for the last week's books were paper, crayons, watercolor paint, and a stapler. So that was that. And Cheryl, can you show them a sample of what we'll be making today?
Oh, sure. So as we mentioned, we're going to be making, let me put these aside for a second. We're going to be making art, photo, scrapbooks. Oops, and I think my light's too bright right there. And the neat thing about these is that the book itself expands. So you can make them, they're flat initially, but then they get bigger. So you can put lots of things inside on the pages.
So when they're like this, there's room if you're putting thick photos or even collage materials inside. It'll be nice and balanced out with the pages. We mentioned that on the website that you could have cardstock as well. So that's just heavier paper. If you don't have that, you could also use cardboard, like from cereal boxes. I made one with Cliff Bar boxes. But this one is just made strictly out of the decorative paper that we made last week. So, okay, without further ado, let's review some terminology. First of all, one of the folds that we're going to be doing is called a hamburger fold, and Cheryl will show you a hamburger fold. And she's using the back of her spoon. You can use the back of your scissors, or you can even use your glue stick to roll over it with the cap closed. You'll want to make sure that you have really sharp creases, and you'll see why as we go along making your book. So there's a hamburger fold that we talk about, and then there's also the hot dog fold. And it's the paper folded in half lengthwise. There you go. Okay. First thing we're going to do you're going to need your one sheet of paper and a pair of scissors. So what you're going to do is fold one sheet in half, hamburger fold. And then you're going to open it up after you crease it. You're going to also and then you're going to take it and fold it into a hot dog fold.
My corners are crooked. I'm going to straighten my corners out a little bit. So I'm matching up the corners and straightening it out. There, that's better.
great. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to open it up and you're going to cut along all the folds so that you end up with 4 pieces of paper. Cheryl's cutting nice and straight there. So she's got 4 pieces. So one of those pieces is going to become your spine. Yes. And then the other pages can be put aside for now. So let's take that sheet of paper. And you see it's rectangular. What she's going to do is fold it in half so that it's a hamburger fold. Okay, and then what she's going to do is she's going to take one side of the open end and she's going to fold it towards the spine or towards the fold. So this is a fold. She's going to take this part and fold it back towards the fold. And this is where it's really important to make sure your creases are sharp.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, and then she's going to turn it over and then fold the other side back towards the fold as well. Crease those folds, don't forget. So now you should have something that looks like a W or an M, whichever way you're holding it. And then you're going to take this, so you should have 2 folds now. And you're going to fold each of them down towards the open side. So you're going to fold down. Now this is what's called, we're folding a concertina. This is going to be the spine of your book. So now your thing should look like that. And then you're going to fold the other side down. So it's getting kind of narrow. Okay. So what you have is something that looks a little wonky like this. Cheryl's going to pull hers open. But we need the folds to alternate. So now's when she's going to take one of the end pieces, fold it so that it's a V, and then she's going to start alternating the folds.
Like a fan.
See if I can. And so now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains. Okay, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Okay, so let's put that aside for now. And what you're going to do is take your 2 big sheets of paper, your letter size paper, and You're going to fold it hot dog style, both pages. Notice that Cheryl's matching up the corners of the pages so that they come out nice and even. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take your scissors and you're going to cut along those fold lines on both sheets of paper. Great. So you'll end up with 4 sheets of paper, but you only need 3, so you can put one aside. So I'm going to do 2 yellows and a green.
I'm doing 2 blues and a purple.
And what we want to do is take them and fold them hamburger style. So just fold them in half. And these are going to be your pages inside your arts photo scrapbook. So make sure you meet the corners in each. Notice how Cheryl matched the corners and then she just ran her finger up to the middle and then went from side to side. And then she's creasing them now.
Oh, I'll do that again on my last one.
Yeah.
Match, matchy, matchy. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, so I matched my 2 corners up, and then I'm going to hold it down.
Okay, so now you should have 3 folded pages, and now you need your concertina. All right. You also need glue stick and a waste sheet of paper. Cheryl, can you show them how you use the waste sheet? Maybe
Sure.
With some other paper so that we can show them.
Sure. So here's a piece of paper. It's basically a waste sheet of paper is a piece of paper that you don't mind getting glue all over, and you don't mind throwing it away if it gets too much glue on it. So I have this sheet of paper that I used when I was painting, and I used it so that I wouldn't get paint on the table. And now I'm going to use it again as my waste sheet so that I can put glue on things. And basically, just a little lesson on gluing using a completely different piece of paper that is not part of the book. But say, for instance, I wanted to glue this red piece of paper. Oops, pink. Oh, that's funny. This says Lisa, Joseph, and Christina. Those are our friends from the San Francisco Library. Wow, what do you know? Okay, so we're going to glue the 3 of them onto something else. And the way we do that is to take your glue stick and put your paper underneath and put the paper that you're gluing on top of it. And then you can start from the middle of your piece of paper that you're gluing and push it out to the sides like that. And you see how I'm getting some glue on the paper that's underneath the paper that I'm putting glue on? That's what the waste sheet is there for, so that the glue goes on the paper instead of going on my desktop. And so that's what we're going to be doing with the waste sheet. And a waste sheet could be a piece of newspaper, could be a piece of scrap paper, it could be some junk mail that came in the mail that you want to throw out. Just grab something that you can use like that for your waste sheet.
Okay. Thanks for the tip. It's really hard to get glue stick off a table once it's dried, so great. Okay, take your concertina, and you may want to put, I don't know, I like to have my concertina to the left of me. And then I take the folded sheets of paper, take one of them, open it up, and here's where it gets a little bit tricky. So you're gonna take your glue stick and you're just gonna run it along one edge of the open paper.
Short edge?
The short end.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
And about a ½ inch maybe, or
Yeah,
more?
just one swipe.
Oops, I did 3
That's
swipes.
okay. So you're gonna be putting glue on this edge right here of the paper. And I'm gonna draw all over my concertina so you could see. So what's gonna happen, let's see, can you see that? Cheryl is gonna take the glued side of the paper and she's gonna put it on the inside fold.
So not on the outside, not on the end.
So here's a little
next
flap.
one, right?
Yeah.
So not on this one, that's on the outside, but the next one on the inside.
Right.
I'm gluing my paper all the way down into that to the fold. Like that.
Right.
So I have this little piece left over.
So yeah, you should have this little flap. Great. So looking down at Cheryl's, that's what it should look like. And then we're gonna take the next sheet and do it on the one on the fold behind it. So we're doing all the one side of the, I'm opening my concertina to show you, we're gluing all the sheets of paper here on the marked sides of the concertina.
So I have my second piece of paper and I'm putting 1 or 2 swipes of glue across the bottom.
Okay. And you're gonna put it behind on the other fold side, right
here.
there.
So I'm gonna lift that one out of I'm gonna lift this one out of the way. And then I'm going to put it on the second one.
And then that concertina actually folds open so that you can put the 2 sheets out of the way, because then you'll be doing the next one. And that's what your concertina should look like right now. Great. Almost looks like a bird. Okay, your third sheet, going to do the same thing. You're going to put a swipe or 2 of glue at the very edge. And then you're going to put it on your concertina right behind. And if your waste sheet is getting a little gluey, you should either fold it up or get another sheet so that you don't get glue on a spot that you don't want it to be on. Nice thing about using glue stick is you can reposition it a little bit before it all dries. Okay, so now you've got 3 sheets of paper in your concertina. And if you can guess, we're going to take the other sides of the sheets of paper and we're going to put glue down on them. So notice Cheryl pulled her sheet away so that the other page below it doesn't get glue on it. And then she's going to take that and put it on the other side of that fold. So where the mountain is going, she's now putting, she's sticking it on the other side. Great. And then just glue the middle one. And there's the other side of the mountain peak. And then your glue on your last sheet. And stick it in that little crease right there. Other side of the mountain. Okay. And now you have this little pull apart accordion. Now's a good time to sharpen all your folds. So take your spoon or the back of your scissors and really make those creases sharp. Okay, because you want them to lay nice and flat, because now what we're gonna do is put the covers on. So Cheryl actually had some really pretty decorative covers that she used, or papers that she made last week. So she can either do what we did in the beginning, fold it in 4s, and then cut it. So if you cut the first sheet in quarters, you can actually use those 2 covers, 2 out of the 3 pieces that you have left as covers. So I have these 2.
So I could use these 2 that we cut at the beginning to make covers, or I'm going to use this piece of decorative paper that we made in last week's exciting episode.
Yours are so colorful. Is that, so that's a crayon resist. Cheryl used different color crayons to make the little squiggles. And then on top of it, she just used watercolor paints. And Cheryl and I never used really expensive things. Like we used regular Crayola crayons. And then I have a little watercolor set that was, I think, $7 at Michael's. And Cheryl, do you have your watercolors handy?
I'm reaching for them right now.
Okay.
And here's mine. I think mine were cheaper than yours. Mine might have been like $1.99.
Yeah.
So
it really doesn't matter. The colors come out pretty vibrantly. So
as long as they're colors and they're colors you like, then we're good.
yeah. All right.
Okay, so I have my paper folded hamburger style, opened, and then hot dog style.
And then you're going to cut them along the folds, correct?
I can cut them just along the hot dog fold. That would be one way I could do it. Or I could cut it into the other ways. So if I wanted to, I could just cut it hot dog style and fold it in half and use it as my cover.
Right.
Or I could cut it in half again and use them as my cover.
Okay, yeah. So the way that Cheryl's showing you is if you don't have cardstock, this is a great alternative because then the paper is doubled up.
But if you do have cardstock,
yeah.
If you do have cardstock and you have thicker paper for a cover, you can use that.
Yeah, I did that on this plain yellow one.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and leave
the double.
Yeah, I'll do the double.
Because that way you don't have to go and buy any special paper or look for cracker or cereal boxes.
or pizza boxes. Frozen pizza boxes make good covers too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's going to fold them both in half, and you have to decide which one is going to be your front cover and which is going to be your back cover.
Let's see. Do I like that side? Do I like that side? Do I like this side? Or do I like that side? I think I like this side. Yeah. I know. I wish we could take a vote from everybody which one they want me to use, but I'll go ahead and do this for the sake of time. I'll go ahead and use this one.
So she's going to take her glue stick. Can you move your paper a little bit up? Yeah. There
oh,
you
yes.
go.
Sorry. Yes.
So she's going to take her glue stick and she's going to do a double swipe.
Just like we did before for the pages.
Yeah. And then she's going to position it on her book on the outside.
So there's this flap on the outside that's just sitting out here waiting for someone to do something to it. So here I come with my cover.
And the reason why she didn't put glue on both sides is because she doesn't want the glue to stick to something on the side of the page that's waiting to be put down.
So that's what it looks like right now. So far.
Yeah, and then she's going to put glue on that other edge right there, the short edge. And can you guess? It's going to fold over and go right on the other side of the flap. Wow, all your paper's so color coordinated, Cheryl.
It wasn't intentional. I just I think everything in my studio is just matches or something.
Well, that's one thing yeah, you just have the color preferences. That's why. So there she is, flattening it down so that it lays flat. And there's her nice cover.
That's the front cover
And
of the
then
book. I'm going to go all the way to the back, and now, oops,
show them the little flap.
we
And
need
that's
to put
where,
something on the back.
yep.
So this is my other half of the hot dog fold paper.
What side's going on the outside?
Let's see. Decisions. Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
that takes the longest. No, that's the
Let's
hardest.
see. So I think I'm going to put it this way. So
So
here's that little flap.
She's putting it right on the outside.
Peel it back and straighten it out a little bit. There it goes. So if you have a wooden spoon from your kitchen, that's great. If you have a metal spoon from your kitchen, that's great. Comes in handy. We use them all the time, every day.
Mine's
every
smaller
book.
than Cheryl's, but my finger fits in the little tiny spoon.
So now this is what it looks like. So this is the back cover. And
You can draw a little picture or some designs on it, or a secret message.
And now I'm going to flip it over. And again, this is the front cover, the first page, the second page, the third page. Now there's this other little flap that I need to glue in.
Great, and then she's gonna stick it right down on that crease.
Gotta straighten it out again before the glue dries.
Another reason why Cheryl's running her spoon over the portion of the paper that has the glue on it is once you put pressure on it, it actually activates the glue so that it sticks better.
Wow, did I just finish a book?
Yes, you did.
Wow, I think I did. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. So,
and how about a label for that?
Label.
So,
well, I happen to have an extra piece of paper that we didn't use.
So you can either cut it in a circle, triangle, cut it into whichever shape you like. Let's see what Cheryl does.
Well, you know how I like clouds a lot.
Plus yeah.
Fluffy clouds. I put fluffy clouds in my artwork a lot. So guess what shape I'm cutting? I'm making a fluffy cloud. Okay, there we go.
A pink one.
A pink fluffy cloud. I'll use that as my label.
Cool.
Oh, I need my waist shape.
And your glue stick. And what are you going to title this, your book?
Oh, I have an idea. I'll surprise you in a minute after I glue it down.
Okay. So while you're doing that, I did my friends on mine because I'm going to put pictures of my friends in my book. I had an idea of having them take selfies with their masks on and sending them to me, and then I'm going to print them out.
So I'm just taking a little marker that I happen to have in my pocket because I always have markers in my pocket just in case you need to do art somewhere at any time of the day. And so there's my, let's see, I'm going to call my book Pink Fluffy Clouds. And I'm gonna draw another little pink fluffy cloud right there. Here we go.
Ooh, you could go cloud sighting and take pictures of the clouds and put them in there.
Or I think what I'm gonna actually do is draw pictures of clouds in the inside and color some. Every time I'll take this with me, and when the sky turns pink or there's some interesting clouds, I think I'm just gonna draw clouds in my book.
Can you show them? Can you draw one?
Yeah, what are you gonna do with yours?
I'm gonna ask you you're one of the first people I'm going to ask because you're my friend. I'm going to have you take a selfie of yourself with your mask on.
Oh, and you're going to make a mask book.
Yes.
Great.
My friends. And put it in my friends book.
So there's a lot of different things. Now that you have this book that you've made, you know what I'm going to be doing with mine. I'm going to be putting a lot of drawings and artwork of clouds inside my book. But here's a couple examples of a couple other books that we have. So this is another book that same thing, except for instead of making it this shape, opening that way, I turned all the paper the other way, and now this one opens in this direction. So you got a long skinny one and you have a taller one. So this is going to become a book too. And here's
That's
another
neat.
one. So you can make them in different shapes, and you can make them in different sizes too. The ones that I showed you at the very beginning of this workshop were even smaller. So these are the ones you might have seen in one of our photos for this workshop. And so these are half the size. So basically we cut the paper to half the size of what we did today, and you can make them even smaller. And you can, yeah.
I was going to say, I made one out of the Cliff Bar box because my father-in-law loves to bike ride with his grandkids. So I made them this little Cliff Bar box cover with a bicyclist, and then they can write all their bicycle rides or put pictures of all their adventures in here as well. So.
And if you have any other kind of paper that you have artwork of, like I drew these little soap bubbles. So these are going to get turned into book covers later for these little art photo books. And scrapbooks. If you ever have any little paper or collage item that you want to save, and it's something that you really like a lot. I'm looking around to see if I have something that I might use. Let's see. Oh, yes. Let me grab something really quick.
So you can actually collage directly into the book is what Cheryl's
So
saying.
if you have things that you want to cut up, because, okay, I'm going to do the cloud thing again. I can't help it. I'm addicted. Okay, so here we go. I'm just finding this really colorful piece of paper, and I'm going to start making a collage out of this really colorful piece of paper that I have. And that is going to be the beginning of a collage inside of this little tiny book that I have. I'm going to get my scrap piece of paper here.
Cheryl, that was a magazine, correct? That you.
This was actually a flyer.
Oh, okay.
This is
we didn't get to see it. So.
An old flyer, and I'm putting in a fluffy cloud in here. But that's going to be the beginning of a collage that I'm going to do. And the nice thing about these books is the pages expand. So if you put layers and layers of collage inside your book, the book will expand with it. So that's a nice feature of this book, is that you can actually put things on the inside and not have to worry about it. The book will still lay flat.
One of the things that I know that my friend Cheryl C.K. does is she goes on hikes and she likes to collect interesting looking leaves or maybe twigs, but this is a perfect little scrapbook to put them in, because the book expands and you don't have to worry about them not being flat.
So this paper here is actually one of my my waste sheets, but even that can make another fluffy cloud to put inside my book. So basically what we're saying is anything that you can think of to put inside your book, you can create your book to have photos in it, you can put artwork in it, you can make a scrapbook, you can make a collage book, or you can simply write in it. You can write birth dates in it, you can write holidays in it, you can write wishes in it, you could write dreams in it, or you can write a story or a poem inside as well. It's a great all-purpose book. And one important thing too is if you want to make them with more pages in it, all you have to do is get a longer piece of paper and fold this concertina part with more folds in it, and you can add many more pages than just the 3 we did today.
Yeah, all you have to do is fold it in half and just keep folding it back towards the edges, and you can follow that principle that we did earlier to fold your concertina. So
So
I hope
super.
you enjoyed our little workshop.
Hope you enjoyed it. We hope you have fun making the expandable art photo scrapbooks. And be sure to tag the San Francisco Public Library on your book photos if you are on Instagram or you have a family member that's on Instagram, because we'd love to see what you made. And the other thing about that is that you can also, again, watch this video again on the San Francisco Public Library YouTube channel. And we'll be back on Monday, next Monday, and the following Monday with more fun projects for you. And in the meantime, if you want to learn more about the Book Arts Roadshow, you can visit us at www.bookartsroadshow.net. Thanks for coming and have a nice day.
Thank you both so much. Oh my goodness. Yes, we had a blast, didn't we? We're seeing a lot of appreciation coming through on the chat. This has quickly become my best start to the week and the way that I want to start every week going into the new year with you both. You're so fun. And I know that our viewers have been having a blast with you. And I don't know about you all, but well, not you all, but our viewers, but I learned what a concertina is, which makes me very excited because it kind of rhymes with Christina. So I might have to write a poem about that. So as you heard from CK, if you love today's workshop, please join us next Monday for another live workshop. This time we'll be making happy pocketbooks. Doesn't that just sound like just what you want to spend your Monday afternoon doing, is making happy pocketbooks?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And as you know, this video, as well as the other workshops, are available on our SFPL YouTube. So please watch again and share with your buddies and tag us, as Cheryl said. So at SF Public Library or the hashtag SFPL Make and Do. So that's all today, folks. Take good care of yourselves. Be safe and healthy. And we hope to see you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye. This is my favorite part, when we get to wave to everybody.